Taraga.
And I'm Hayden.
In 1975, a family moved into what looked like a dream home in Long Island. Nice neighborhood, close to the water, a Dutch colonial house with a boathouse out back, and a yard big enough for 3 dogs and a barbecue. Oh, and also, 6 people were brutally murdered there by their eldest son a year prior, but, real estate is real estate.
Within 4 weeks, the family fled the house, claiming it was crawling with demonic energy. Voices, cold spots, swarms of flies, beds levitating. A ghost pig named Jodie, basically the greatest hits album of supernatural red flags.
Yeah, it was the Now That's What I Call Possessed Volume 1 of Hauntings.
Welcome to Paranormal Files Today. We investigate this week. We dive into the twisted and very possibly overhyped case of the Amityville House. Was it a true haunting that scarred a family for life, or the world's most lucrative ghost story? A town that was once known for its quiet streets and now is best known for spawning over 10 movies, countless books, and enough lawsuits to qualify for its own courtroom reality show.
Judge Judy, Demon Edition.
Let's start with the bad part. November 13th, 1974. Ronald DeFeo Jr. murders his entire family as parents, 2 brothers, and 2 sisters execution style with a .35 caliber rifle. All of them found face down in their beds. No signs of struggle. No one ran. No one screamed. It's eerie.
Okay, but let's put ourselves in their shoes. You hear a loud noise at night. What do?
I don't know, run?
I put a pillow over my head and hope it stops. Maybe the entire DeFeo family was just very chill about it.
Theories about what actually happened that night range from drug-induced psychosis to a second shooter to get this satanic ritual influences. Some say Ronald was hearing voices telling him to kill.
Or maybe he just watched The Exorcist too many times. That came out in 1973. Peak Blame the Devil era.
After the murders, the house sat empty for over a year. Then along came the Lutz family. George and Kathy, recently married, blending their families, looking for a fresh start. They saw a massive house listed way below market value and jumped on it.
Would have loved to see their Zillow search history. Waterfront, cheap, bonus demonic vortex okay.
They moved in December 18th, 1975. 28 days later, they were gone. According to their accounts, almost immediately, things went from suburban dream to paranormal nightmare.
George claimed he would wake up every night at 3:15 a.m., the supposed time of the murders. The kids started seeing shadowy figures. Kathy said she levitated off the bed, doors slammed shut on their own. And then there's the infamous green slime oozing from the walls.
I'm sorry, but if green goo starts dripping out of your house, your first call should be to a plumber. Your second should be to a priest.
Your third should be Nickelodeon, because that's just quality slime branding.
And then there's Jodie.
The demon pig.
Jodie, the pig with glowing red eyes, who allegedly appeared in the daughter's room and stared in through her second-story window. George said he saw her multiple times. They said Jodie could change shape and would tell their daughter, "They will be with me forever."
What a weird marketing decision for a ghost. Like, you could be a Victorian lady or a creepy child in old-timey pajamas, and you choose pig with red eyes? That's a choice.
As things escalated, the family contacted a local priest. He entered the home to bless Ite and reportedly heard a deep voice tell him, "Get out." He later claimed he developed blisters and a high fever, but his version of events changed over time. First, it was a voice. Then, it was nothing. Then, he said he was slapped.
He basically had the haunting equivalent of a "this one time at band camp" story.
Eventually, the Lutzes abandoned the home with just the clothes on their backs. They left furniture, clothes, food in the fridge gone. Poof. They claimed it was unlivable.
And then they immediately got a book deal.
That's where this story goes full Hollywood. The book, The Amityville Horror, was released in 1977 and became a massive bestseller. In 1979, the movie came out complete with blood-dripping walls, hell portals, and the infamous fly scene.
Which, by the way, is 100% accurate. You do get flies in your house in winter, if you have demons. Or, bad insulation.
So here's where the skepticism rolls in. Several people involved in the original claims, including the DeFeo family's lawyer later, admitted the whole thing might have been fabricated.
Allegedly fabricated. Let's not get sued by Jodie the pig.
The lawyer said he and the Lutzes made up the entire story over a few bottles of wine. The priest retracted parts of his story. Investigators who visited the house found no cold spots, no slime, and zero paranormal activity.
This is why you don't trust a haunting built on Merlot.
But here's the thing. Over the years, multiple paranormal investigators, including Ed and Lorraine Warren, insisted the house was genuinely evil. Lorraine Warren called it one of the most dangerous places they'd ever visited. She claimed the basement had a presence that followed her home.
Or maybe it was just mold?
You say mold. She says malevolent entity. Tomato.
There's also a theory that the house sits on a Native American burial ground.
Classic horror trope.
And another that says it's not the land, it's George Lutz himself. People speculate that George dabbled in the occult and may have accidentally opened a portal. Or he just wanted to be the main character in a spooky memoir.
And let's not forget the mass hysteria theory, that maybe everyone just freaked out together. Think, sleep deprivation, stress, suggestibility, and George being a heavy reader of the occult.
There's also the ghosts are real and the house is still evil theory, but subsequent owners reported nothing. Zero hauntings, no demon pigs, no levitation, just a bunch of tourists taking selfies outside.
So, if the ghosts were real, they pieced out once the cameras arrived?
Or maybe they were like, we're done working, unpaid overtime.
All right, let's lay it all out. Because the thing about Amityville is, everyone has a theory, from priests to skeptics to film producers who apparently didn't read the fine print on based on a true story.
Let's go full Charlie Day conspiracy board here.
Theory 1. It was a genuine demonic haunting. Let's start with the classic. The Warrens believed it. The Lutzes swore it. This theory argues that the house was genuinely infested with dark, malevolent entities, possibly due to the trauma of the murders, the land itself, or supernatural forces drawn to the chaos. Evidence cited: George, waking at 3:15 a.m. nightly. Green ooze from the walls, doors slamming, walls shaking, crucifixes flipping upside down. The voice yelling, "Get out!" at a priest. Jodie the demon pig with glowing red eyes. Classic symptoms of a haunting. These are the same bullet points you'd find in any exorcism case. Minus the pig. That one's a new twist.
Ghosts. We've been trying our best for centuries. Demons. Hold my bacon.
This is the vibe that launched the Conjuring franchise, which, fun fact, is loosely in the same ghost hunting cinematic universe. The Amityville case is even teased at the beginning of The Conjuring 2. So, you're telling me the Lutzes basically kicked off the Ghost Avengers? Theory 2. It was all a hoax. This theory suggests the Lutz family and maybe even the DeFeo family lawyer conspired to fabricate the entire haunting for media attention and financial gain. Supporting points. The lawyer, William Weber, claimed in a 1979 interview that they concocted the story over many bottles of wine. The book deal happened very quickly after the Lutzes fled. The Lutz family took lie detector tests, but those aren't exactly infallible. No paranormal activity was ever documented by neutral third parties. Later, owners of the house experienced nothing spooky.
So you're telling me someone saw a mass murder and thought, you know what this needs? A ghost pig. Then pitched it to a publisher.
Hey, ghost pigs sell books.
Basically the Fire Festival of Hauntings. All vibes, no substance, ended in lawsuits. Theory 3. George Lutz was into occult stuff and accidentally opened a door. This theory gets spicy. It suggests George Lutz's stepfather, an alleged beard oil enthusiast, was dabbling in the occult, reading books on demonology, practicing transcendental meditation, maybe even doing some light summoning. Why this matters? Practitioners of the occult believe that dabbling without understanding can create openings for dark spirits to enter a home or attach themselves to a person. George was reportedly obsessed with energy flows and became increasingly aggressive and isolated during the 28 days.
The idea is that George Lutz didn't move into a haunted house, made it haunted.
Like he downloaded a virus by opening a sketchy email, but instead of spam, it was a demon.
Basically the plot of Hereditary if it starred a guy with a beard who just wanted a boathouse.
Theory 4. Mass hysteria, psychological breakdown. Some experts believe what the Lutzes experienced was a shared psychosis, ka. Folie à plusieurs, a collective delusion spurred by high stress, sleep deprivation, and fear. Why it tracks? They moved into a house where a mass murder occurred, a literal crime scene. Paranormal belief, fear, and suggestion can manifest as real physical symptoms. George was reportedly controlling, paranoid, and intensely affected by the house. Living in a place where 6 people were murdered would mess with anyone's mind. You ever watch too many horror movies? Then hear your fridge make a weird noise at 2 a.m.?
That's called Tuesday.
This is basically the Hill House, or the Shining version where the horror might not be ghosts, but what the house does to your mind.
Theory 5. The house is on a portal to hell. Obviously, because what's a haunting without a potential hellmouth? This theory includes the claim that the Amityville House was built on cursed land, possibly Native American burial grounds, or a site of ancient rituals, strange electromagnetic readings. The idea that the murders charged the location with evil energy, opening a gateway. It's giving season 1 of Buffy, but make it real estate.
I like how every haunted location is either a hell portal or sitting on sacred ground. Did ghosts just have bad zoning laws?
This one is straight out of Poltergeist Stexcept instead of TV static and angry clowns. We've got levitating pigs and ooze. Theory 6. Jodie the pig was a real ghost entitor. Something else. Some people get real weird with this one. Jodie isn't just a demon pig. She's possibly a shapeshifter, maybe even tied to ancient Mesopotamian folklore, where pigs were symbols of spiritual contamination. Others think Jodie was an interdimensional being using a pig avatar because, I don't know, interdimensional humor? There's even one very niche theory that Jodie was a manifestation of George's own guilt and repression, like a guilt pig tulpa.
A demon pig tulpa. That's it. We've peaked.
Some kids had imaginary friends. The Lutz daughter got a cosmic horror farm animal. Theory 7. Hollywood made it bigger than it was. Let's be real. Sometimes it's not a haunting, it's just a great story with box office potential. The Amityville horror book and film exploded in the late 70s. The stories were exaggerated for drama. Every producer, ghost hunter, and conspiracy theorist added their own spicy seasoning.
The legend grew into something bigger than the house itself. Now, it's a brand. There are 15 Amityville movies, and most of them don't even have anything to do with the original story. There's one called Amityville in Space.
That's not a theory. That's a cry for help, summing up. So, is it a haunting? A hoax? A man with too much occult reading material? A trauma-soaked psychodrama? Or just Hollywood playing Ghost Whisperer with a shotgun and a slime machine?
No matter what the truth is, Amityville gave us one of the greatest horror legacies of the 20th century.
And one very cursed Zillow listing. Until next time, stay spooky.
What paranormal case would you like to see next? Comment below. Hey subscribers, it's Hanako here again. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you, and feel free to share this video with anyone who might enjoy it too. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next video.